Love Stories. Hey, welcome back to Love Stories. I'm your host, Sherry Smith, Blue Heart Music, and this is a place where you just might learn a little bit about love while being entertained. So today's topic, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the inspiration behind my song Blue. So one thing you probably noticed is I love the color blue. Like, I love everything about it. I love all sorts of shades of blue. It's a pretty awesome color. And the song's not necessarily about the color blue, it's more the emotion of blue, but there's so many things you can attach to that. But I'll get into that after you hear the song more. But one thing I did want to mention is after I first heard Taylor Swift on the radio, like the very first time, I was like, oh, she gets it. You know, so she is like writing from her heart. She's putting her heart on her sleeve. You know, she's writing about like these different things she went through and making that into music, you know, making that into songs. And I'm like, you know, that really resonated with me. I was like, wow, that's so awesome, you know, because that's also my writing style. Now, I'm not trying to say that I'm like the amazing performer that Taylor Swift is, you know. So I'm not trying to go there because she's like amazing. I understand her writing style and her inspiration, and I totally get it and I totally love it. Taylor Swift, if this happens to come across your desk and you watch it sometime, I want you to know that you are totally invited to come be a guest here on Love Stories. I would love that. And open invitation, you know, if you want to come on down, have your people call my people or whatever. Totally let me know. Open invitation for you to come to Love Stories. I would love to have you as a guest. One thing I'll mention too is that last time I did a video about the inspiration behind my song Goodbye for Now, I actually put the music like underneath the video while I was talking and explaining what was going on in the song. And I think that maybe made it a little bit hard to hear the song and me talking at the same time because I'd put the song on really quiet. So this time I'm just gonna give it like 30 seconds or so you can hear it and get the idea of what the song's about, and then we can chat about it.
Well, hold hard, don't quickly let it go. Why should you let your feelings show? Sometimes it's better to let all feeling blue. Troubles come and help you realize there will be lows and then there will be highs. Use the blue to help you change your life. Beautiful blue, embrace the blue. Blue like the edge of summer sky. Blue like the ocean wave passing by. Blue like the teardrops in your eyes. Didn't know how so blue. Blue like the night that's closing in. Blue like the feeling you can't win. Blue like the
All right, I lied. That was a little more than 30 seconds, but I wanted to make sure I captured the essence of the song so you could really get it. For example, in the lyrics, it says, troubles come and help you realize there will be lows and then there will be highs. So, You know, there's ups and downs in your life. So one of the things in writing this song, like, I realized, like, I was going through a lot of tumultuous relationships and things that just weren't working out, and I was just feeling frustrated and stuck. And so what I realized was that I was harnessing that energy from those feelings to create music. And I was like, wow, you know, some of my best songs that I've written have been from being upset about something, you know, from having those upset feelings. So in this song, you know, I'm writing about, like, hold hard, don't quickly let it go. There'll be highs and then there will be lows, and then use the blue to help you change your life. You know, you can take those upset feelings and channel them, or your disappointment or whatever, channel it into making your life better. Like, for me, that was songwriting. For somebody else, like, it'd be exercising to get in shape, or doing some artwork, or, you know, some creative endeavor, or just the impetus to, like, decide to follow a dream, or, you know, something, like, whatever inspires you. Maybe you're feeling like, you know, you have these upset feelings or this disappointment, and you, like, harness that energy and you turn it into good. You know, you change your life. Okay, so like it says, hold hard, don't quickly let it go. Use those upset feelings. Embrace the blue, beautiful blue. Like, it won't last long. So if you listen to that, you know, it's saying, okay, you're gonna have these highs and lows in your life. You're gonna have upset feelings. You're gonna have hard times. But instead of pushing that away, embrace it and say, how can I make my life better? How is this gonna inspire me? How can I use this energy that I'm given from having all these feelings? Like, how can I transform that into changing my life, or making my life better, you know, making my situation better? So use the blue, beautiful blue. So if you're an exerciser though, one thing I used to do was, if I was, like, feeling upset, I might go for a jog, which was great. Except for one time I was, like, really, really upset. I was just, like, super heartbroken, and I went for a jog. I was bawling, like, full on, you know. I was crying so hard I couldn't catch my breath, and I was trying to jog, and it just doesn't work very well. So if you're really, really upset, I don't recommend jogging. Jogging is good for, like, if you're mildly upset, but not if you're so upset that you're just crying your eyes out. Also, as the song mentions near the end, embrace your blue, beautiful blue. Like, think of it as maybe a gift, you know, something that can help you, even though it's hard, even though it's not fun while you're going through it. Like, think of it as a good thing in that it's giving you energy to make changes. But embrace the blue before it's gone, because it won't last long. So, like everything, time heals all wounds. You know, things will eventually get better. You'll move past those feelings. That energy will dissipate over time. So use the blue to help you change your life, and embrace the blue before it's gone. So I hope that inspires you. Maybe go back and listen to the lyrics again, and just think about, like, you know, next time you're upset, use that energy and harness that energy and transform your life in a way that helps you. So I hope that inspires you a little bit. Have you had an experience that motivated you to make changes, or create something really awesome? Like, did you harness your energy and turn it into something good? You know, harness that negative energy or those hard times and turn it into something that really helped you change your life? If so, I'd love to hear about it. I always love to hear other people's stories. So if that happened to you at some point, drop your comments down below. I'd love to hear your story. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Love Stories. And as always, there'll be a new episode almost every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And if you would be so kind as to like, subscribe, especially subscribe. I really need subscribers. I'm working on that. It's my goal, to up my subscribers. So please consider subscribing, share with your friends, and most importantly, I want you to know you are loved. And as the next challenge for you, next time you're upset about something, I want you to harness that energy and figure out how you can create or how you can change your life or improve something for the better. All right, you've been watching Love Stories. I'm Sherry Smith, Blue Heart Music, and I will catch you next time.